It's August 2025, and for Mercedes, the quiet hum of the summer break isn't quite as peaceful as it seems. Because behind the scenes, Toto Wolff and the Silver Arrows are playing a very delicate game, one that could reshape the Formula One driver market in 2027. On the surface, everything looks straightforward. Max Verstappen has announced he's staying at Red Bull for 2026. Andrea Kimi Antonelli is still finding his feet in his rookie season. And George Russell, sitting fourth in the championship with a Canadian Grand Prix win under his belt, is driving like a man who knows he belongs at the very front. But dig just a little deeper and you'll find cracks, negotiations, posturing, and a contract saga that has left the Mercedes garage buzzing with unanswered questions. George Russell's deal expires at the end of this season, and normally a summer break will be the perfect time for a driver to put pen to paper. Yet Russell has made it clear he's not signing. Not now. Not while the ink might be rushed. "I've got nothing to be worried about," he told Sky Sports F1. "And nothing's going to happen over summer, because honestly, I just want to have a rest and recharge and come back stronger for the second half of the year. But there's no time pressure either way now, so it'll happen when it will happen. This isn't about salary. This isn't about a seat being under threat tomorrow. This is about leverage, and Russell knows he has it. I'm 7 years into Formula One right now. I feel that I'm at my peak, and I feel that I'm still getting stronger as a driver," he explained. "I was maybe more anxious about getting the deal done maybe 12 months ago, but right now I've sort of waited so long, I want to make sure it's right. It's got to be right for the team. It's got to be right for myself. Duration has got to be right both ways. So, it's not as simple as saying, 'Are you happy with what you're being paid?' That's a very small factor of it. Duration, that's the key word. Because tucked inside all of this is a whisper. A whisper that Max Verstappen might just be wearing silver in 2027. Right now, Verstappen's Red Bull deal runs until the end of 2028, but it's no secret that performance clauses could free him earlier. Reliable outlets in Europe are reporting that Red Bull have already given the green light for Verstappen to walk away after 2026 if he chooses. And the plan, according to British media, could see Mercedes lock Russell in with a 2-year contract taking him through to 2027, while Antonelli gets only a 1-year extension, leaving that second seat wide open for Verstappen to swoop in. Toto Wolff hasn't been shy about his ambitions either. "George has always had good cards," he said after Hungary, praising his driver's strong third-place finish. But then came the not-so-subtle hint from Mercedes-Benz CEO Ola Kalinius. "The best driver wants the best car, and that's our job, to put together the best package. I think silver would suit Max well, don't you?" It's a rare moment of corporate chic, and one that sends a shiver through the paddock. Because if that door is open and Verstappen's future is undecided beyond 2026, Mercedes could be quietly setting the stage for one of the most explosive driver pairings in modern F1. And here's where the tension really builds. Imagine the lineup: George Russell and Max Verstappen, two alpha-level drivers, both capable of fighting for a championship, strapped into the same garage. Or, if negotiations twist the other way, the more predictable pairing of Verstappen and Antonelli, with Russell making a shock exit to another top team. Russell's measured refusal to rush his contract now makes more sense. If Verstappen's camp decides early in 2026 that the Red Bull project isn't what it used to be, Russell will want every clause, every term, every ounce of his future secured, especially if Mercedes is quietly preparing for a star signing that could either cement his status or test it like never before. And Verstappen, true to form, is giving nothing away. "I think it's time to stop all the rumors," he said in Hungary. "For me, it was always clear I would stay." But when asked about 2027 and beyond, he smiled and shut the door. "I don't know. If you ask me that question next year, then we can speculate. But I never talk about it, because I'm more interested in working on performance. It's not about whether Mercedes wants him. Wolff has been very clear on that. It's about how long they want him, and whether that term conveniently lines up with Verstappen's freedom, a 2-year deal to 2027. Great if you're planning a Russell Verstappen super team. Less great if you're Russell and you sense you're being positioned as the constant while the other half of the garage gets swapped. And let's not pretend a Russell Verstappen pairing would be calm. Both are aggressive racers. Both have a chip on their shoulder when it comes to proving they're the fastest man in the field. If Mercedes are brave enough to put them together, the fireworks might be spectacular. For better and worse, we've seen what happens when a team tries to manage two alpha dogs before. Hamilton and Rosberg, Senna and Prost, even Alonso and Hamilton in 2007. History says the garage walls barely survive it. Of course, there's the safer path. Verstappen walks in 2027 and partners Antonelli, while Russell moves on, maybe to Ferrari, maybe even back to a revitalized Red Bull. But would Wolff really let a homegrown talent walk away in his prime if the car's competitive? That's the chess game right now. Every move is being made under a thin cover of summer calm. Russell's saying the right things. No rush, it's a win, not if. Verstappen's shutting down questions about the future. Wolff's praising his driver's form. But between the lines, the positioning is already happening. Mercedes know they can't miss out if Verstappen decides to make a career-defining switch. Russell knows his leverage is at its peak. And Verstappen, he's watching it all play out knowing that in 12 months' time, he could have every top team bending to his terms. So, when the paddock rolls into 2027, will Mercedes unveil the most intimidating driver lineup of the modern era, or will the pieces fall another way entirely? In Formula One, the answer never comes until the deal is signed. And until then, the only certainty is that the quietest moments are often when the biggest moves are being made.